And we are back. Welcome back to the separate floor, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, which is the new sequel that came out from the Jurassic World franchise, and it's the 7th installment in the Jurassic World series. Set 5 years after Jurassic World Dominion, dinosaurs are now isolated to an equatorial island, and a covert team is sent to Les Saint Hubert, which is the island in this movie, to extract DNA from massive prehistoric creatures, dinosaurs obviously, for a medical breakthrough. But their mission unravels with crazy mutant dinosaurs and hidden agendas from pharmaceutical companies. The cast is led by Zora Bennett, played by Scarlett Johansson. Excuse me, Dr. Henry Loomis. I'm not sure who this guy is. Jonathan Bailey. Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala. I don't know how to say that guy's name. Mahershala Ali. Mm-hmm. And then also Martin Krebs, who is basically the benefactor of the entire movie right here. And also the movie, for some reason, is grossing out to about 766 million globally. So this movie is doing very well. Mm-hmm. Directed by Gareth Edwards, who's also directed the movie Monsters, which I enjoyed. Godzilla, the 2014 version, which was a little bit slow. Rogue One, which everyone loves, as well as the recent movie Creator as well. So that is the person that directed this. And that's the movie that we're going to be reviewing today, guys. Spoiler alerts right now. So if you haven't seen the movie, please come back after you've watched the movie and check out the review. But other than that, let me say hi to my co-host. How you doing, Shane?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good, man. Doing really good. Dee, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Happy birthday, Hinano! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I had to get it in. Nope.
There's only 10 people watching, so we're okay.
We're all right. You're good. You're
For
good.
now.
For now. Yeah. Anyways, though, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Today, guys, we're also joined by Slider as well as Kristopher Stead. Let's get them into the studio right now, guys.
Yes.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. I might as well just call you guys part of the crew already. Let's go. How you doing, Kristopher?
I'm doing good. Hinano, how are you?
I'm good, bro. Hey, wait, hold on. We need to zoom into you. What is that behind you? That's like a big
It's a big
paw or something. What is that?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this without causing an earthquake.
Okay, I'm soloing you here. Whoa. Love that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Right.
man.
It's bigger than him. Oh my god.
This holds roughly around 131 ounces of popcorn here, so you can just kind of seat it in here and just kind of
Oh my god.
it as you wish. So
Like I could sit on there.
Did you use it?
Enough popcorn to feed a dinosaur.
a little like hand comparison. Okay, everyone.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
Like this
Hey,
thing's
so
ridiculous.
Slider, do you see like Total Recall vibes right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome, man. I also see that data cabinet behind you. That looks great too. So
Thank you so much. We just upgraded up to 4 gigs a second, 4 up, 4 down today.
dang, look at that.
Can
We're
we
gonna let
get
you
that?
host the stream next time, man.
Yeah.
Be faster on that end. Slider, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. Happy birthday too. So
Thank you. I am prehistoric like these dinosaurs we're gonna be talking about. So
Oh, stop it.
but yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. I did get a lot of birthday wishes today, so I really appreciate that. But forget about the birthday and the old man here. Let's talk about these old dinosaurs, okay? So, Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, I've had a bunch of friends that watched this as well, and this movie has had some very mixed reviews. And so, when I went and watched this, I think I watched this about literally 1 month ago with my wife on our anniversary, and I told her, like, okay, that's the only thing that was available to watch on our anniversary. We really wanted to watch Superman, but it wasn't, the times didn't work out. So we went and watched this. And I remember Big Bro said, you probably want to watch it when it hits Netflix. But I said, let's watch it. And I went in with the lowest expectations, just because I was not a fan of Jurassic Park 3. I was just not a fan of Jurassic Park 3. I just couldn't stand that one. It just the guy from Arrested Development did not match. No, was it Arrested Development? Anyways, he's from a TV show. He didn't match in that. Jurassic World was okay. I liked it. It was just okay. I like what they did with that. And then we went to Jurassic World, I think Fallen Kingdom. I think the only thing I liked about that was they dealt with like human cloning, and we saw Isla Nublar pretty much cease to exist. I thought that was a pretty cool climactic end for the island. And then Jurassic World Dominion, I hated it, guys. I just couldn't stand it. I had a hard time watching it, and had all my favorite actors in the movie, right? They combine everyone together, and I just could. Like I think I was telling DM, like that was like the hardest movie I had to sit through. And so I was expecting that with this. And I didn't get that with this because, for one, I know Garrett Edwards is a different director. He's a little bit more slower. A lot of the actors that you're going to see in this movie, they're very no-name actors. People don't really know them a lot, right? Like Dr. Hemley Loomis. I have no idea who that guy is. So, but what I did like about this, and it's just me, and by the way, guys, before you give your whole take on the movie, maybe wait till the end for that and just kind of give like the bites of what we're going to be talking about, if it's possible. But for me, just walking into it initially, it was okay. It was like there was really some dumb moments, but I walked into this movie it was a big dumb dinosaur movie, and I'm going to run into dinosaur tropes, big dumb mistakes, because there were some silly mistakes I made in this movie, and you could see them all. But when I kind of threw that to the side and just looked at it as a dinosaur romp, a fun kind of last action hero type of movie, then I've enjoyed it. I like the actors that are in it. I'm a big fan of Scarlett Johansson. I also like the guy that I couldn't pronounce his name. I thought he was great. I believe he's slated to be Blade. He's all right. This dude right here. And then the no-name actor who's supposed to be playing like, the archaeologist or the Dr. Malcolm or whatever. This guy right here. So essentially, but I did actually enjoy it walking out of it with even the issues, even the family. By the way, the family really didn't need to be in that movie, but they had to throw kids in there somehow, right? So, but let's start with the beginning of the movie, guys. So at the very beginning of the movie, we start up at, I believe it's Le Saint Hubert right here, right? And basically we have a flashback in Le Saint Hubert where we go to a lab right here. And the flashback is back in 2008. And it's showing basically workers from InGen. And here's the one thing I do like about the movie. InGen is basically, it's a laboratory. It's scientists. It's not a strong arm for Jurassic World. It's not some security detail. I couldn't stand that. I didn't like that they did that to InGen in that way. So basically, this is like back in 2008, they're doing a bunch of mutation and a bunch of experiments. And obviously there is an experiment right here and things go awry and there's a lab failure. And that pretty much opens up to Jurassic World Rebirth. We're now in, go ahead.
Can I just insert that when it comes to like a really clean and pristine facility, you always need to make sure you pick up your trash so nothing bad happens because all it took was that stupid candy wrapper.
But that's one of the silly things about this movie. We're going to have a lot of silly things like that in this movie. Another silly thing, and we'll get into it, is what they did with their means of transportation. But you're right. You know what I mean? What Dee's alluding to, and wait, hold on, guys. Hold on really quick, because I don't think I put the banner up.
Spoilers.
Yes. Yep. What Dee is alluding to is basically at the beginning of this flashback right here, one of the lab techs drops a candy bar and then the door is unable to seal, which is the dumbest thing ever, because you figure in a very high top secret lab hidden in an island out of the middle of the Pacific or whatever, they would have some protocols, right? But needless to say, there's a lab incident and you get to see a little bit a silhouette of this mutated dinosaur, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But essentially, guys, here's the leads right here. We have Scarlett Johansson, and it's my understanding that this actress really wanted to be in the movie, and so she pretty much begged Garrett Edwards to get her in, and that's how she got into the franchise. And these are kind of like the main characters right here. The character right here is Zora, which is played by Scarlett Johansson right over here. And then you got Dr. Loomis, who is played by, I can't remember what this guy's name is. He's played by somebody that I don't remember. but he's played
Jonathan
by
Bailey, I do believe.
Jonathan Bailey. Thank you, sir. He's played by Jonathan Bailey, and I'm not really sure what else is Jonathan Bailey played into. Also, you have Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala Ali. Got you. And then also Martin Krebs, who is played by Rupert Friends. And Martin Krebs is kind of like the villain, who's, by the way, a really bad villain in this. He's the villain in this. He's basically the rich guy who funds the whole entire expedition to get, like, you know, the dinosaur DNA, and you find out that he's got some secret agenda, right? You know, so it's all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got the Delgado family here, all right? And I'm still trying to understand why they brought him in, but for the most part, they did play their roles perfectly in the sense of, like, you know, tense and thrillerness and stuff like that. The raft scene I enjoyed, but also stupid mistakes as well. So let's start off here first, guys. Let me get right here. Sorry. Okay. So let's talk about the very first scene right here where we see dinosaurs. Let's talk about this boat scene right here. This is kind of like where Scarlett Johansson, she gets an entire crew together because that guy I was telling you, Martin Krebs, he's hired them to basically get some DNA from the dinosaurs. And so Scarlett Johansson and a bunch of mercenaries, I want to say, are out there to try to help him facilitate that. And so this is the boat that they come into the island. And then right away, I believe this is a, how do you say it? Is it a Mosasaurus, right? So right away, they need the DNA for the Mosasaurus. And, you know, we get right into this action-packed scene. I thought the scene was pretty cool. I'm going to go to you, Shane. What do you think about this part of the movie going forward, kind of the start of it?
Well, we've chatted a little bit internally. So I try my best to be a beacon of positivity.
Don't be.
And so
you can be the negative.
It can be. It's hard for me to when something doesn't quite land. And well, I will say, if you're going to watch this film, it takes an hour to get to this scene. So you can just start the film 55 minutes into it, and then maybe it'll be more engaging. It's literally, I paused it.
That's why we're starting right here.
I'm like, nothing has happened at all in this film for an hour. And I paused it and I'm like, 55 minutes and something interesting happened. Okay. What did I think of this? Okay. I'm trying to be positive.
Be brutal. You can be brutal.
Yeah,
that's what critics are, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened with this film. For me, like every single scene, I didn't feel any sense of urgency or excitement in any scene in the film. And I'll just we'll start with this one. You know, this is and almost every scene in this film for me was a derivative of another scene from another film, and they did it significantly better in the other film. This is a ripoff of Jaws. Just go watch Jaws if you want to see a scary shark coming out of the water. That's how you do it properly. This is how you imitate it, and it's a watered down version of it. I'm trying.
He's being nice, guys.
We want you to tell us how you really feel, Shane.
Right.
Come on.
I want
Rip
you to
the
be like
Band-Aid off.
critique Shane, and it's
Yeah,
okay.
right?
Like I kind of went into this like this movie made dumb mistakes, but like, you know, I looked at it like it was just a big dumb movie, popcorn movie for me. But I get it.
And that's fine. I'm cool with that. And like, there's definitely some big dumb like popcorn movies for sure. Like what's the one with Jason Statham with the Meg, right? That's just a big dumb popcorn movie, but that's entertaining as hell, right?
Yeah.
Like I knew what I was getting into. This, man, it's just like nothing. There was no stakes for any. I didn't care about any of it. I didn't care about any of the characters. I mean, all of it. Every single scene, I was watching it thinking, oh, so this is that scene from that other movie. Like even down to when they're in the museum and they're packing up everything because nobody cares about dinosaurs anymore. In the background, they're taking down, and the T-Rex is there, and the flag comes down, and I'm like, so you're just gonna rip off the end of the first film? Like, and that's when I started realizing, oh, they're just gonna put every scene from every other Jurassic Park movie and every other monster movie, and that's what we're going to do. Like we'll, as we continue to get into it, the scene with the boat, the little
raft.
rubber boat is, I mean, we know what scene that's a ripoff of, like, and done 100 times better. Anyway.
No,
Yeah.
please, let's continue, guys.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Go ahead, Christopher. No, I'm sorry. Are you done, Shane?
I'm done.
I don't want you to be done.
I don't want to keep. I could keep going all the way through the film, but I know you want to stop it at this scene.
Well, I really want your full take, but like usually give it at the beginning. Let's give it at the end.
Yeah. So, like I said, fast forward if you bought this on digital or whatever to 55 minutes, and then you can start watching the movie, because anything before that was completely useless and means nothing to the movie. So start right here, and that's where the movie starts.
Yes, which is
Go
why
ahead,
we're reviewing here. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I will interject there. So, I mean, really, yeah, I will agree with you. It does build up there. It takes about an hour to get in, but I feel like that was done intentionally. I know some of you don't have an IMAX theater, but I feel like it was geared more towards an IMAX theater, to where you were looking at other stuff and hearing stuff, and you're mostly visually engaged in the movie. Because, dude, some of those scenes, wow, they really captivated and utilized every inch of that camera lens that they could, and of that projector screen, especially while you're on the ocean for an hour. Yeah, I did feel like it did drag on a little bit, but like I said, if you saw it in IMAX, you were just taken in for that first hour. Let me refer to kind of like another movie that was similar to, I feel like, but it was just an hour longer. King Kong, right? So that movie took, like an hour to get to Skull Island.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch
Godzilla was pretty long too, if you think about it. The 2014 version, like
they're trying to just be realistic, guys. Like it happens like that in real life, right? It takes a whole hour. So.
Yeah, it takes a whole hour to get there. But that Mosasaurus boat attack was that scene. I feel like yes, it was a little bit of a ripoff there, but I gotta say that CGI was impressive. The fact that each scene was so smoothly blended together with the creatures in there, that's hard work to do, and that's a lot of processing power to get done there. So the fact that it was like so smooth, aside from everything else, it was a great scene. A lot of those water scenes were pretty great. So.
Yeah, and what I like about the water scenes, Christopher, is we had more of those. Like if you notice, like in some of the other movies, they never really kind of like did any boat scenes. They didn't really do a lot of raft scenes. I know in the original book there was like raft scenes, and even in the video games, you got to go onto the river and stuff like that, though. So, but Slider, what's your take?
Okay, yeah. Kind of a little about like a backstory, kind of how I'm like grading this, I guess, is like I'm somebody who really likes like story arcs, like character developments, like I like the CGI and the visual effects, but for me personally, like I felt this movie did pretty good with that stuff, but for me it's like if it doesn't have the other parts, it's kind of like it just didn't land for me. So this scene I actually think was one of the better scenes in the movie. I actually kind of enjoyed it, but it definitely had the Jaws feel to it, like Shane said. I mean, on the boat they're talking about like, well, this is my charter, no, this is my boat, let's not go to the call, kind of like just like Jaws. I mean, almost line for line where that scene was. Then the harpoon scene, on the bow, that kind of thing was all just taken from Jaws. Even in the beginning with the scene where he's like in the window when the dinosaur is getting ready to eat him in the facility, that's kind of like from Godzilla where the door was locked, so. But anyways, this part, it did take a while to get there, for this scene. And I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot from the movie, and it didn't really disappoint, I guess, from that perspective. But I mean, if you just want like kind of a nostalgic feel for like, Jurassic Park, I mean, this movie has some of that, especially from the visuals and stuff. So, I mean, I'll give it that. But yeah, I just like, man, the story arc wasn't very good, and the characters, some of them just a lot of them just seem shallow, and some of them, like the family, like you said, I mean, it just seemed like they just threw them in there so they could have like a stranded family who needs to be saved kind of feel to it.
Jurassic World 3, Jurassic Park 3. It's all over again, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why. So that part, I think it missed on a lot of that, like interpersonal drama and just character building and development. So that really like hurt it for me, but like it had that nostalgic feel in places. So yeah, that's my take on that part.
You know what would have worked for me is if you're going to go this far and just make almost carbon copy clones of scenes from other movies, they should have had a dude inside the boat after they saw the thing jump out and go, "We're going to need a bigger boat." Like just go full on, like just pull direct lines from other movies, like. And then I would have been like, "Oh, okay, now it's funny. Now I get it. Like you're just going to copy stuff." Now I'm in. Like,
you know what would have been cool if Roy Scheider was in this,
yes.
Okay? That would have like sold me right there.
100%.
And he's the captain of the boat.
Yes.
Yes.
D, what'd you think about this part of the movie?
I kind of agree with everyone. I mean, when we went to see this movie, I was giving it a chance because, like you were saying, I didn't know a lot of the actors and actresses except Scarlett, and I think like when I'm so used to seeing a character or an actor play a certain role, I end up comparing what their next role is going to be like that's totally different. So, coming from Black Widow to this person here on the boat, I was like trying to not compare, but at the same time I was. So regarding this scene when, the boat, yeah, I it's not very, I guess, I don't know, realistic, but like in this scene right here, that in this picture, that looks like a really like blown up iguana. But doesn't it? It does,
It is.
right? A really blown up iguana or mo'o. But yeah, I think it just kind of took a while to get to just this one point, and even like when their boat, when the family's boat capsized, or before it capsized, when the dad was like telling what's his name, Xavier, to do something, the first thing I thought of the boyfriend, I was like, man, this guy is like so useless. Like, why is he even on this boat? Like, and and the daughter is like, oh yeah, I know. It's like, well, come on now, just tell him to get off his ass and do something. Come on. It's like he's gonna go and take a nap, really? It's like, anyway, but yeah, that's my take on that particular scene of the movie. But yeah, other water scenes. I think we can, when we get to talking about it. The harpoon when she's trying to shoot the creature.
I don't have that visual. Sorry.
And it's okay. And she's like standing on, what is it, the bow,
Right here.
and she's shooting, and like the creature like hits the boat, and she flips, but she's hanging on because of the rope, the harness. And when she's dangling and you see in the water the big eyeball, I was like, oh my gosh, like I would not want to be her in that moment. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the scenes I actually really liked in the water scenes. Yeah, that was my take on it.
Okay. Well, for me, I enjoyed the fact that we got to see this dinosaur a little bit more, and they got to at least interact with this creature for the attacks. You have like a bunch of other dinosaurs through the other movies, but you didn't really get to see this one in this type of environment, even though it is a Kinko's copy right here. I 100% agree that all the characters in the movie are pretty much flat and stale, except for Scarlett Johansson. You don't really get to learn a lot about any of these people, and that's why I feel like a lot of us didn't care. Yeah. But at least you get to have a sense of who she was, and so I did resonate with Zora, even though you didn't really get to know a lot about them. You get to know that that they've done jobs before, or they're trying to get out of their nefarious what do you call that, employment, however they're staying afloat here.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the characters were just kind of no name. I didn't feel compelled to fear for them or even like them or even hate them. Like even the villain, I didn't hate because we didn't get to know him enough to hate him. We didn't get to know enough for him to be like somebody nefarious, like other villains in other movies and stuff like that, though. But when it comes to a big dumb movie, I did enjoy these action sequences. I love the fact that, and I do like this part right here with the girl. You know, for a while I was like, oh shit, is she gonna get eaten, right? But
Yeah.
So I liked the action scenes. What I don't like is when they get closer to the freaking island, right? I think it's this scene right here. Let me go. Yeah, when they start getting closer to the island, they make stupid mistakes. Like for one, the boat didn't need to crash. You know what I mean? Like that is the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Just go away from the island and come back, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you could have done so many things, but I guess I get it. You have to strand them on the island, right? And they couldn't have figured out a better way to do that other than let's just crash our boat, our means to get us off, right? But then again, I can understand why Zora had her plan that there's some helicopters coming as well, right? Because aerial rescue always helps, right? You know, forget the fact that there's other dinosaurs in the air. But anyways, this was stupid right here. I thought the characters on the boat, because we didn't mention all of the mercenaries, they were all dumb. Like they made the dumbest mistakes. Like, I'm gonna go and shoot the dinosaur. You know what I mean? And then the guy gets eaten like in like 5 minutes. We got to know him for 5 minutes. And I know that actor. He was from the movie, that Netflix movie that what's his face did. You know, Zack Snyder, but he was in there. But anyway, yeah, he was gone quick, and he's a good actor. And the girl, when they get to the shore, why wouldn't you go look everywhere and think there's dinosaurs all over the place? Why are you gonna be so careless and you get eaten, right? So stupid stuff like that. But like I said, big dumb movie, and I just enjoy the action scene, so it was just okay for me. Let's move on to this scene right here. I thought for me personally, guys, like this scene was, I want to say, gave me a little bit of nostalgia from like the first two Jurassic Park films. Like I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. Like Park 1 and 2 are my favorite films, and then Jurassic World, sort of. I'm not a fan of Jurassic Park 3. I thought it was a dumb movie, me personally. But this reminded me of when we kind of first saw some of the dinosaurs, at least the elegance of it. And I want your take on this, Kristopher, because you saw this in IMAX, and I want to know what it was like to see this scene, because I thought it was a very beautiful scene, very, you know, tranquil, and I enjoyed it. Shane. What scene is this from, Shane?
Okay, well, first of all, this is a unique one because he stole from two different movies for this scene. Normally, he only stole from one movie at a time. This one, credit to him, he stole from two different movies, because this is when the group of people are going to find the monster, which is a stolen scene from King Kong, when a group of people are going to find the monster. And it's also a stolen scene from the first movie, and they want to recapture that nostalgia of him pulling up and pulling his head out of the top of the Jeep and pulling his glasses off and amazed at the dinosaurs. Well, we've got 12 movies or 15 movies of dinosaurs. The fascination is worn off by now, and so they try and rekindle it by having two loving dinosaurs and little snake tails that are going all over the place. So you know, at a certain point in the film, my brain checked out, and I was just more watching it to see, oh, what scene is he stealing this? What scene is this stolen from another movie?
Did you start a list?
Yeah, basically in my head I did. And so that's why I immediately knew, oh, this is King Kong and the first Jurassic Park movie. And it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating. Like, do your own thing. Anyway, yeah, it was cute, you know, two loving dinosaurs, you know, and then they're going to shoot them. So
they lived, though. They didn't die.
I know. But
it was like stubbing their toe, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't even really flinch. But yeah, whatever.
Gotcha. Kristopher.
This is going to, I'll just tell you right now, as people are watching this, it's just going to get more.
He's catching momentum, everyone. Let's go.
We're rolling downhill.
Snowball.
Downhill.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to try it. Yeah, I'm going to calm it down. We'll hand it to the positivity. Krister's Christopher's going to bring it back up for us all to get more positive again.
Well, no, Shane,
Sure.
that's why there's 5 of us up here, right?
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? That's why there's 5 of us up here. So
Yeah, I get it.
And we can balance. I will be. How's this? I will be the moon boy of the movie. Then how's that?
We're all going to the moon.
Yeah,
We all want honest
they got
reviews. So
the scene. It reminded me of the first one. I got sucked into the trope, man. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But this was the only scene that did that. I'm going to be honest. Like this
And
was the only scene I really enjoyed visually.
Now, what I will say is, as somebody who makes films, completing a film is a huge accomplishment. And I don't want, like, if the director of this film is ever on a fluke happens to watch this, you're making a film with an intellectual property that's a multi-billion-dollar intellectual property. I guarantee there was 13 lawyers on set going, we have to have it look like this because we're going to sell this toy and we need this for the plushie, and make sure you cover this. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll film it.
You're gonna
how you
love
guys
one of my
want me to
slides
film it.
coming
Yeah,
up.
so the constraints that he was probably under, terrible. So I get it. That's the tough part of making giant IP films. So the fact that he got it done, the story is understandable, and it qualifies as a film. Kudos to him.
And I want you to understand something. There's other people in the community that feel the way that you do, and they were actually worse on the movie than so you're actually good. You know what I mean?
Trying
this is
to
Shane
be
being
positive,
professional as
holding
a
myself back.
movie reviewer, right?
This is Shane with restraint.
well, I think if we feel a certain way, you should say that.
Yeah.
Because that's your honest opinion on the movie. I mean, there's Rotten Tomatoes, people like it, yes or no, and you're just saying your feedback.
Yeah. I just, at the same time, I understand they make these movies for our entertainment, and I don't want them to stop making films because, I had a bad experience.
Well, see, this is why Big Bro said we should just wait till it's on Netflix, right?
That's right. Till I can buy it at home.
No, you don't want to buy it, right? You don't want to buy it. It'll be free on a streaming platform sooner or later. I know.
And then wait for 55 minutes.
Yeah, yes. If I would have known I could have fast forward to 55 minutes, I probably.
But that is Garrett Edwards' style. If you ever watch his films, they're slow.
Oh yeah, the creator
slow.
one. You could start an hour into that one too.
Yeah,
there's a whole lot of nothing that happens for that one too. Anyway, that's a different film. What's that?
Oh, he's got it. Look at this guy. Hold on. Let's blow that out.
Nice. I love it.
So you get the director too. But speaking of the man who just showed the pin, what's your thoughts on this this scene right here?
So
especially the IMAX.
Gareth Edwards. I mean, on this scene, back of the head, I was like, okay, I've seen this before, but where their heads are right there, if you're saying lock dead center in IMAX, laser, their heads are about maybe 12 feet in the air, right? So when you're getting all the way up to their heads there and the dinosaurs, it's 40 feet. So you're like, whoa, okay, that's huge. And then, like I said, you're just taken away. You're just so captivated by the scene. You're not thinking about anything else. Yeah, did I think it was a little, come on, could they have done a little better from the original? Yeah, they could have, but the fact that it was so huge and just in your face, it was just an enjoyment of a scene to take in, because it kind of really grasps the whole scale of the dinosaurs and what you're looking at there, just for a brief moment. So yeah.
Slider?
I think this one is definitely the most nostalgic out of them all. I mean, they definitely were going for that scene with, Sam Neill and the original one in the Jeep, when he sees him for the first time, when the score comes in and you have that music and stuff. But it just, I don't know. It seemed like throughout the whole movie, even the scenes that they were trying to steal, they just never completely hit on that emotional core. It was like they get close, they're really trying, and it just kind of fell short on most of the scenes for me. So I mean, while this one definitely had that kind of nostalgic feel, it just, I don't know, it just didn't do it. the actor who's supposed to be like Sam Neill in this one, he did good going up, putting his hand on the dinosaur, and like all their expressions, like they were doing it, but you just didn't really connect with them in it. It's like Scarlett Johansson. I agree with you. I think she did really good in the action scenes. Like that was her best part of the movie, and that's what I enjoyed the most, probably. But like with the emotional stuff, it's just kind of like, I don't know. She just kind of phoned it in, and so did. It just felt like that way for like a lot of the scenes. So that kind of like took away from it for me. So yeah, it was just kind of like good scene, had a little bit of that nostalgia, but didn't really. It was the music was probably the best part, and that's about it.
All right, and
I
I
will-
feel you on that. Go ahead, Christopher.
I was gonna say, I will say, I did see a lot of Jurassic Park Jeeps rolling around when this movie came out, so that kind of put a smile on my face.
Well, let's go. I agree with all the points right there you guys said about specifically, how everything kind of felt a little stale for certain stuff, but anyways, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Dee.
I was gonna say, so for me in this scene, right, before this scene happened, when they're walking in the bushes, right, and it's all quiet, and you see the tail. Okay, I wanted an action part where the tail is connected to this giant anaconda dinosaur hybrid, and it was going to attack them. I wanted that to happen instead, because it was all quiet, and I just wanted some kind of drama, but it didn't happen. So but yeah, I agree with this, like with the first Jurassic Park, when they first meet the dinosaurs, and it's all very theatrical and very heartfelt. It kind of happened here, but I just wished, maybe for me personally, it was more of a action thing, more action packed, to get it. Like, it wasn't so easy to collect the sample from this dinosaur. Make it a little bit more interesting on how it actually happened. Make it big snake, rattlesnake, like a killer snake. Yeah, a killer snake. Poisonous snake.
Try to find some positivity, right?
We're gonna steal from Anaconda now too.
If J-Lo was in the movie, it would have been done, right? So look, I think what was really missing here was, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if they just did more character development, they already stole from, this is a Frankenstein movie, but if they did a little bit more character development on all the characters. By the way, throw away Dr. Loomis. I think he's just the most two-dimensional character. I'm not a fan of the Ian Malcolm or whoever they decide. There was no emotion. I mean, he was just kind of like a sphinx half the time. He was very emotionless. So I just wasn't a fan of him. But what do you guys think? Should they have added another hour, Shane, to like flesh out the characters? What do you guys think could have made this better?
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, the character development, the characters consists of 3 minutes of screen time when the two of them are sitting in the bottom of the boat and they go, "Oh, you lost your friend in that last job? Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I lost my son in that last thing, and now I'm divorced from my wife. Well, all right, let's go back to killing dinosaurs." I mean, that's the extent of the character development. And the character development for the the family was, "Oh, we're going to be on our family trip together." And then the boyfriend's a bit of a douche. And there you go. That's character development. Let's get on to dinosaurs. So, yeah, there is no character development. I will say, even from the standpoint of the evil corporate guy, you look at how other films in the scary monster genre have done it. Let's look at Aliens, right? And how James Cameron handles that. Burke shows up into the scene, and you at first you think, oh, he's trying to help Ripley. He's trying to get her back on her feet. Yeah, he's probably using her to get her to go on that. But before we get to the middle of the film, when it comes across that he's willing to lock the girl in the room to get what he needs, that's when the switch happens. This guy's a douche from the very start of the movie. Like, there's no character change for him at all. And then you look at the way that, the the monster attacks characters in Aliens. You look at the scene when they're in the air shaft together, and the two of them are huddled together, and he tells them, you're an asshole, and they, pull the pin or whatever. There's, and then they cut away from it, and let your mind fill in the gap. What happens in this film is there's the big netted thing that rolls up on the beach, and the girl walks behind it, and then we as the audience see the thing behind it, and then we are hidden from what happens. She just disappears, and then they show a bloody rag on the ground. There's no, because it's behind the netting, there's nothing for us to fill our mind in, because it's sort of in front of us, but hidden by a net. And it's just not handled in the same fashion that another director would handle it. You look at a film like, even not really in the same monster genre, but you look at like Reservoir Dogs, one of the most famous scenes in the movie is the ear scene, right? And if you talk to people that have seen that film, a lot of times they'll say, oh yeah, it was horrific when they showed that cutting it off. And you're like, no, dude, you filled that all in your head, because he's a talented filmmaker that panned away slowly and had the sounds and everything that helped to fill it in, and you created it however horrific you wanted it to be in your mind. And none of that was done in any of these kill scenes in this film. Once again.
Yeah.
So basically what we need is we needed James Cameron to direct this.
I mean,
movie.
once again, Gareth, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, brother. I think you're a talented filmmaker. You were probably put in a difficult position.
Don't let the studio control you.
Don't let make your own thing, man. Go out with an iPhone, make your own thing.
That's smart. I'm sorry, Slider, you were going to say something?
No, I was just agreeing, with Shane. It's like they didn't ever build the suspense, like the first movie, when they're in the Jeeps, and they're on this track and it can't stop. And then, like they're stuck on the ride basically, and then it does stop. And then, you have the fence and the electricity went out, and, you have the goat, and now the goat's not there, and the chain's just swinging, and, something's going to happen. Like, they create this suspense, and it pulls you in. And this movie, it's like they never do. Like Shane says, it's like they I don't know, they just don't ever even try to build it in any way. It's just like, boom, here's the action scene. Okay, boom, now we're on to this part. And, it's kind of like that part's just really choppy, and it really takes away from it, because they're trying to go back to that feel of the first movie. And visually, yes, it has that. But like the underlying feel of the suspense and just the drama, it's just, that's where it really falls short for me. Yeah.
Let's go. Well, let's talk about something that I didn't like, which was the raft scene. I did not like the freaking raft scene at all. No, I told you I was complaining during this thing, because they made the dumbest mistakes from the start. From when they opened the stupid raft, the freaking T-Rex is right there, and she opens the dumb thing up, and then she acts like the T-Rex ain't there no more. It was there sleeping, right? That dumb thing. And I'm gonna sorry, like this is where I'm gonna get off. They shouldn't have been in the movie. They had no place being in this movie. From the start, when we meet this family, their boat is capsized. I mean, why would a father bring his family out in the middle of the Pacific where there's dinosaurs? Oh, well, they patrol them. Yeah, but maybe go somewhere else where there ain't dinosaurs, like Alaska. You know what I mean?
It's too cold for Alaska.
Still, you know what I mean? I'd rather be alive and cold. So there was stuff like that. The raft scene troubled me a lot, because, man, I don't know. Go ahead, Shane.
You can't even believe that. That's the toughest raft in history.
Right? They didn't even puncture once.
This is the raft from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's it. It's going to save you from falling out of a plane and going down the Andes Mountains and everything else. Yeah, I mean, obviously this was a ripoff of the scene with the girl and the little boy inside the car, and she's got her foot up against the plexiglass. Once again, done 100 times better. The teeth come in and somehow can't puncture the flimsy raft material. Doesn't capture anywhere near the excitement or energy of the original version of this. Yeah, I mean, in this version, the T-Rex is reduced down to essentially a giant dog. I mean, it's like there's no sense of terror at all that you had from the first film when it's at night with the rain and it's coming, it's like, oh crap, it got through the fence. And like there's a sense of dread in the first film. There's none of that. This is a big lumbering dog going through the water and, slowly making its way to the raft. And yeah, they're able to get away from it with, tiny little paddles, for crying out loud. It's like
There's Sports Authority paddles.
Yeah, sad and pathetic. Yeah. So anyway, and then it gets stopped by a couple of bricks, and then it just goes away. So there you go. End of that scene. Chop, 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 and we're done. On to the next scene.
Well, I agree with you. I did not like the raft scene one bit. What about you, Kristopher? How did it look in IMAX?
It looked beautiful in IMAX. It looked beautiful in IMAX, guys. I mean, it was, like I said, it was just a recreation of the original. But me, like, so I lived around Utah, and out there they have one of the best dinosaur museums in the country. So like seeing the dinosaur there and the teeth coming in to scale is pretty accurate. If you guys never been to a dinosaur museum, either like the closest one maybe to you, I go check one out, even if it just has a little bit of stuff, because it's just so cool. This puts it so much in perspective. So it just brought back like all those memories of like finding a dinosaur tooth out in the middle of the desert, and even though it wasn't anything related to this, but the scene was just so for me. But like I said, in IMAX, it just made it a little bit better, a little bit more tolerable to watch. So yeah.
Slider.
Well, I mean, I guess in the first movie they should have just got a raft because they couldn't outrun it in a Jeep. So I mean, I guess
Right.
I guess water's the thing that really stops it. I mean, it's just weird because
Not at the
it's
beginning
like,
of the movie, or the middle. Sorry, the middle of the movie.
yeah, it's like almost a puddle to it to begin with, and that raft is like going 2 miles an hour, and this T-Rex is like can't keep up with it. I mean, they should have been eaten like within the first 5 seconds, but and then all of a sudden the T-Rex goes in the water, and you're like, man, that thing can swim, and it's swimming faster than it can run in this movie. Yeah, and then it like flips it over, and they're swimming, and the girl, is under it, and then the teeth come in, and it's just like there's no way that raft would have survived. Like that was just the part. It's like there's no way, and then of course it pops up, and then at the end that raft is still going, like after everything. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, this one, it's just. I mean, it was cool to see the T-Rex and everything, but why would she open the raft up like literally in front of it? I don't know.
They should have had a QR code in the credits to buy that raft. I would have been like,
oh man, yeah.
REI, I'm ordering this thing. This is the best raft ever created.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That's like the raft you need for like the end of the world.
Tsunami rated.
Yeah, tsunami rated.
The main sponsor of this whole thing was that raft company.
The raft company.
I guarantee there's a nuclear weapon coming towards you. Just get underneath that raft. You're good.
You're good.
We need a raft. We need a true raft. That's what we need here. D, I know you like this scene. Tell us.
No, did I? What did I like about it? Let me see. Let me gather my thoughts. No. I think like when she was, I mean, it was really predictable how she's like, okay, yeah, I'll be the one to walk across the stream that looks really far away, but it's really not. And
murky stream.
Yeah, murky. Yeah, I'm surprised there was like no. Well, no, you can't have sharks there, but like hybrid anacondas or like eels with like electric eels.
They couldn't get J-Lo. The budget was just too high.
Yeah, her price is too high. But yeah, I mean, it was predictable for her to go across the water to find something to help them. And oh look, she found a raft. But and like just the whole. I know it was gonna happen, but her dragging it on what do you call it? The plank, is that the plank? What do you call that?
Pier.
The pier. Yeah, just like dragging it, and like it's wood that's like frail, like breaking apart. Wouldn't it have punctured the freaking raft there with the splinters? You would think, right? The wood.
You would think.
You would think, right?
Indestructible.
Yeah. So, and
Acme
then
made it.
and then
The
like
best
when
raft
she
ever created.
yeah, when she opened the raft, all I imagined was like a Disney princess like ugh, and like the raft like appeared. That was like my thought when that
like how?
happened. Like and then it appeared like it was magic. No, stop it. But that's what I thought. I was like, huh. And then yeah, you paneled, and then oh no, where did the big dinosaur go? Like, wasn't he sleeping? Oh no, maybe he went
It was like a
somewhere to
magic
get
trick. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
throw
right?
the sheet up. Throw the
Exactly,
sheet up,
right?
and then
she
the
opened
dinosaur's
the
gone.
raft and voila,
Yeah, it's
the dinosaur's gone.
He's gone, guys. You know what I mean? He left. We're okay. Let me drag
Yeah.
this raft on the rickety dock.
I think just because we knew what was gonna happen, and because like the way that they executed it, it didn't have that much suspense. The most suspenseful
This
part
did not
for me,
land one bit.
yeah, the most suspenseful part was her dragging it, and they made it like really loud. Her dragging it, and the sleeping dinosaur. Yeah, that's my take on it. I need one of those rafts, like for real.
No, I agree with every single point. I really, this scene and the family bothered me about the movie. Like I said, I actually enjoyed the movie as a big dumb popcorn movie, but certain things they did in the movie, like the boat, the raft, the gosh, I really
Go back to
don't
the
like them.
family.
I don't want them in this movie. Like
I bet Lay's made a killing with that.
Check this out. They wanted to watch this movie last night, right? And I accidentally fell asleep. You know what I mean? So
you already knew what was gonna happen. Like, might as well fall asleep.
I helped my daughter out here because Superman comes out tomorrow, right? So why don't we just
let's go?
Yeah, why don't we just like get Superman? But like, yeah, no, the family bothered me. Like, and the actors were all good for the family, I think, for being a family, right? For being a dysfunctional family. I thought they were good. It's just that they were in the wrong place because they should never have been here. But anyway, yeah, the raft scene, I'm not a fan of it. I thought it was silly, even with the little girl. The best raft ever. I would love to buy it here because we actually live on an island where we would use it. So,
Yes.
But yeah, I just did not like this part of the scene. So I'm with you guys on this one. I don't know what they were thinking. I was like, they were like, well, we never added a raft scene like this before in the movies. We should put it in this one, right? Right. It should have been in the very first movie, right? Like the book, but or the video game, but hey, whatever. Anyways, we're almost done. What's that?
That picture with the family, or with the dinosaur, is that a dinosaur backpack? Or no, that's a life vest.
I think that's her backpack.
Oh, that's her backpack. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she had a backpack.
Little girl. Yeah.
How fitting, huh? With the dinosaur backpack.
Yeah. Anyways, we're almost done. I got a couple more slides, and then we can kind of like wrap this up. The cliff scene. Now, the cliff scene made no sense to me either because what the heck was the little temple that they were in? Like, what is it? Like, like did they just decide to? Huh?
I know what it is.
Well, but that's not the point. Like, I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at, okay? I know what you're getting at because this guy's literally holding the scene in his freaking hands, right? Mm-hmm. I know what you're trying to say, but, like, the point I'm trying to make is, like, we've never, ever seen temples or any of these silly things in the movie. I did like them, scaling down. I thought that was pretty cool and all that, as in the cool factor. But, like, this scene, like, was just... I don't know, man. It was like unnecessary. It's like we had to scale down a cliff to go get the DNA of this thing.
Only to find out there's freaking stairs.
Why not use a drone or something,
It's
right?
Like, come on.
And there's stairs, But I don't know. This scene just whack. Go ahead, Shane.
I feel like this would be a fun like drinking game to like watch this film and then pause it every scene and go, okay, what was this stolen from? Okay, well, this is the opening of Indiana Jones. Okay, cool. Like, there's-
No.
Yeah, yeah.
This is original work.
Indiana
man.
Jones
This is
vibe.
original work.
like Gareth grew up watching the same films I did, so kudos to him. He's been influenced by all these 80s movies, and yeah, I mean, yeah, there's it's just
This didn't remind you of Cliffhanger?
yeah. And
It's
then
like too late.
he's gonna fall 15 stories and land in some trees and in the water, and it's A-OK. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
the
right.
rock.
Like no broken limbs.
Yeah, nothing, no scratches, nothing.
No scratch.
Ready to go. And then they just show up out of the stairs like, hey, we took
Yeah.
the stairs.
Right.
Did you see him?
I honestly wish now that we're doing this review and we're saying some things out loud, like I honestly wish they would have gone that other direction and just like straight up like had the egg and like had him take some sand in a bag and like swap out the egg, but, just go full on, like admit to all the scenes that you're
Bird
stealing.
feed. Bring a bag of bird feed.
And take off running and like have a giant boulder fall on him, like I mean just go on
giant
and
egg.
just do it, all of it. Yes, and then I would have been like, yeah, cool, I'm all in. You're paying. It's almost like a scary movie version of a Jurassic Park film.
Those are good, by the way. Christopher.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. If you're gonna go Indiana Jones, go all the way. I mean, you already hooked us right there. Just with some glasses. Yeah, pointless scene. It was fluff for me. But hey, like I said, it looked great in IMAX. That beak coming out was pretty creepy. Those beaks are creepy.
Are you Slider?
I don't know what to say.
He's
I mean,
speechless.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis.
I don't even know. I mean, that pterodactyl or whatever the heck that one's called, it picks like a cave that's smaller than it to put its babies in. Like any little raptor could get in there. It can walk up the stairs. I mean, it's got a back entrance, so that's not a great spot. And it can barely even fit in there. I mean, it was like it couldn't even get them. It had to get them after they got out. So yeah, that part was, I don't even know. And then the falling, I mean, like they did really bad with injuries in this movie, because unless you got eaten, then you were done. But like the father, he supposedly hurt his leg somehow on the boat, and he's injured so badly the whole movie, but yet sometimes he's walking
still alive.
Yeah, but he's
It's
walking
adrenaline
fine.
rush, man. Come on.
Yeah, the adrenaline, it comes and goes, I guess, like all different parts. They're like literally at one part, like he's hobbling along and they're like helping him. And then another part, he's just kind of like running. And at the end, it's like, it's not there. So yeah, I don't know. But that guy falls and just gets up and grabs the parachute thing with, the sample. So yeah, I don't know. This scene could have not even been in it, really, and that's the thing. A lot of these scenes, it's kind of like, okay, it just moves the movie along, I guess, and that's kind of how I take this. They just needed the scene to get the sample, and that was it.
Well,
So.
if they made this the movie shorter, we would have just really had a boring movie if you think about it, right? Because then half an hour of just dinosaurs and an hour of just talking. So
Yeah, I think Shane would have had half a headache though, probably. So
he's not having a headache anymore.
One.
Guys, I gotta say, this is probably one of the best reviews we've done in a while, because we've never really looked at a movie like this, right, where it hasn't really landed. But anyways,
See, this is very cathartic. I'm glad that we're doing this. It's like getting it off my chest. I feel good. Thank you.
oh, you're gonna love this slide, okay? Because this is the final slide, because we don't have to go through any more of this, or at least the final, which is the final act, where they get to here. Let me get over here. Let me get some pictures. So the final act, they get to the lab where Zora says that she has a helicopter coming to rescue them. Needless to say, that never works out, right? The helicopter never works out, and so that they find out that there's a boat, and they need to get there's a leftover boat, And it's a Zodiac, by the way. It's still got air in it for some reason after all these years. Since 2008, that
It's the
Zodiac,
same people that made the
it's
other
the
one.
same air that's in that rat, right? It's like
Yes,
magical
exactly.
air. But anyways, final act, they get to the lab. They're trying to find the boat. And the experiment from the very beginning, the mutated dinosaur, aka the D-Rex, shows up right here. And I don't even know what to say about what this guy looks like right here. And I forget what they said. It was like something
Stolen.
wrecked. But
Stolen wreck.
Yeah, that's what the thing looks like. No, here, before we talk about how retarded this guy looks,
It's a 6
sorry,
hybrid.
I had to say it that way. No, if I'm not talking about the dinosaur, not people, okay? The dinosaur. Not even the dinosaur, I don't know what to call this. One thing I do like about this is this shows how man shouldn't mess with nature. This entire thing we're looking at, I mean, it's just butt ugly. They shouldn't be messing with nature. They shouldn't be messing with dinosaurs, and this is the result of it. It's kind of like AI in a sense, right? Where we're messing around with that or other things, right? Like mankind shouldn't be meddling with certain things. This is the product of that. Speaking of product, doesn't he look cute? So yes, right. You can get a D-Rex as a collectible, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing shows up on Vivi. Just saying. But anyways, let's talk about the final act where they counted the D-Rex and they're trying to escape on the magical Zodiac. Shane.
Well, we skipped over another ripoff scene. Was them in the convenience store, which
I didn't get
which
that
is a
slide,
direct
I'm sorry.
ripoff from the original film where they're in the kitchen. I mean, like almost shot for shot ripoff of what, like she even dives into a separate, like the freezer when he jumps into the cabinet. Like, I mean, it's like almost shot for shot. Anyway, enough of that nonsense.
Well, no, but that's part of the end scene. So we'll just
it's all part of it.
Yeah.
There were angles of that weird dinosaur that looked a lot like Alien when they did the close-up shots, like because of the shape of the head, and it looked a lot like Alien. I mean, that's really what Crichton was going for in the original books, I think, was this idea of, man meddling in things that they don't understand what they're doing, which is exactly, to your point, Anano, what we're doing with AI. Like, if you talk to anybody that works in AI, they'll say, yeah, we don't really understand how it thinks or why it's making the decisions that it's making. Like, okay, well, if you don't understand it, maybe shut it down a little bit until you know.
Let's connect it to the internet.
Yeah, let's connect it to the internet. See what that does. That worked out good in Weird Science. I mean, I don't know. And then the other thing that happens in this ending is the ripoff of Aliens when they're in the underground grating and the things are trying to get through the grating. So that's a ripoff of Aliens. Once again, this would be a great drinking game. Like, what scene is this a ripoff of? It's and then once they finally pull back and show how goofy this thing looks, from the wide angle, then it's like you almost feel bad for it, like.
Well, he's so cute.
Yeah,
he's so cute.
I mean, it wasn't his choice to be that, right?
He didn't want to be born that way.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to pick this up for $5 at Target in about 2 months.
There'll be hundreds of them sitting on the back wall at Target. Yeah. Discount.
Don't FOMO. Don't FOMO.
Don't FOMO. Just wait.
But overall, from that convenience store scene, which I completely agree, from the helicopter obviously not picking them up, to them being in that underground tunnels where it really felt like Aliens.
Yep.
And then at the very end too, I'm sure they stole tropes from where the guy's sacrificing himself at the D-Rex, right? And he runs off in the jungle. You don't know what happens to him, but obviously he survives.
Yeah.
And then they find the boat. And also, the villain, who really wasn't very villainous, he dies, obviously, right? The dinosaur.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I always, whenever something like completely silly like that happens in a film, as far as like this boat's been sitting there for 17 years and they just, started up right away, I immediately start thinking about Battlefield Earth when, 300 years have passed and they just run in and start the jets up again and all the gas is good to go and they're ready to start flying
Must be a
around. Like,
Honda.
yeah. And I wish, like, if you're going to go that far, just have the manufacturer of those jets from Battlefield Earth be the manufacturer of that boat. Like, you're just going to, they're just, they just last forever. You just go and set them
Travolta
up, they're
at his
ready to go.
finest.
Where can I buy these products that are like indestructible and just last forever and you never need to maintenance them or anything? This is amazing.
Only in this world.
Yes. Yeah.
Christopher, how did this look in IMAX, and what was your take on the final act? I think you're muted, my friend.
I had nightmares. Okay. Didn't creep me out. Yes, did look a lot like Alien, and yes, I do recall Alien giving me nightmares when I very first watched it. So yeah, I did feel bad for that, and it sucks that it devoured Martin. Rest in peace, Martin. And apparently, the scene where like Duncan was being lured away. Like apparently that was the scene that everybody was talking about, right? How so heroic and what emotional sacrifice that he did. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's just another scene for me, but apparently that was everybody's. And I want everybody's review a 10, like out of 10 after this too, just kind of a round table. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I felt like that scene was that was the emotional core for everybody. Which I mean, it was. I mean, it was a good scene, but I just wasn't feeling it because just I don't know, the CGI on that thing is ugh.
Yeah. He's cute. Slider.
Yeah, that thing definitely would give you nightmares, but man, I don't know. I mean, I get where they were going with it, where man shouldn't meddle with this kind of like genetic engineering and everything, and I think they're trying to like make it for the next movie maybe, which I kind of hope they don't go the way I think they might, with like now they're going to be giving this stuff to humans who have heart conditions and DNA mutations and stuff. I don't know how that's going to play out, but yeah, I just thought the scene is like she gets a helicopter, right? She's paying these helicopter pilots and they can only circle for 2 minutes. Like, that's it. I mean, pay them a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. Like, you get 5 minutes because it's like 2 minutes, we're done. And then of course it's like the last second, he stops them and they turn around, and that part was pretty cool where it's like, it's in the smoke and then it's just stopped in midair, and that crazy abomination thing got him, and it was just I don't know, it was not that great of an ending. I mean, I guess maybe if they're trying to set up a sequel with something, maybe it'll work, but I don't. And then the part where like the little girl at the end, they're going away and she's stealing that dinosaur, and the whole movie they're like trying to put it like in your face that like dinosaurs can't survive out there anymore. They can only survive around the equator, and they're gonna die, and that brontosaurus can't breathe anymore, and she's stealing the little dinosaur to take him wherever. Like, that just didn't make sense to me. So I don't know.
They live on the equator.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, I know they like to sail around the island for fun with dinosaurs too. That's another part, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of like just, man, yeah, I don't know. I'm going down Shane's path right now. He's taking me down the dark side. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
What does the Emperor say? Let the hate breathe into you.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Mr. Burns, excellent.
Feel your hatred grow.
We're pushing buttons today. D?
When I first saw the silhouette of this creature, it's it was influenced from Rancor from Star Wars and the Xenomorph from Aliens. But in this particular picture, it looks like an emo walrus. I don't know. It's just, well, not that one, the other one. um, yeah, I don't know. It's not as scary. I think it's because they didn't like build it up to present us with like this, oh my gosh, this D-Rex is like this horrible thing, and you get this. It's like in a way kind of cute, but in a gross way. Um, yeah, it's not scary at all. Like the part that was more scary was in the beginning when you see him, when you see the creature behind the glass of the testing facility. That
Yep.
one, when things went wrong, that's where it's like more like, oh my gosh, like he's gonna come out anytime and, you know, do his thing with everybody. But at the very end, yeah, it wasn't as scary as they probably could have made it. Um, yeah, and for the girl grabbing like the dinosaur, I think just because she's a child and she thinks like, even though they were trying to escape other dinosaurs, this one is really cute and he's not gonna hurt me. Like, I think that's just kind of like what kids are gonna do, right? I don't know, just but she did end up saving them, right? When she went through the gate that nobody else could fit through except her. And they were
Newt.
trying
She's
to
just basically a newt.
raise the gate. So she helped save them as well. And I love that what you said, Slider, about couldn't they just pay for like 2 more minutes for the helicopter? That must have been like $1 million a minute. So they
Yeah,
probably
like
couldn't afford
I've
it.
done a helicopter tour. Like it's like $50 for the 20-minute tour and like $75 for the 40-minute tour. Just pay for the $75.
Right?
What's the
The
problem?
premium package.
Yeah.
Come
The
on.
premium
Fast.
package.
Right?
Spring for it. You got
You-
10 million. Come on.
Yeah, this is what happens
Don't
when
cheap
you
out.
go cheap, right?
Yeah,
You
go
buy cheap, you get cheap.
You get the 2-minute. That's it. I don't see him. We're
Uh,
out.
Yeah. Then those, I don't know what I would do though. Like if even if it wasn't, the 2 minutes wasn't up and I saw something coming at me and I'm in the helicopter, like would you actually stay and help these people or like fly away? Because you're essentially want to save your life as well. Like in the end, it's like you don't pay me enough to stick around for this shit. I'm out of here.
Well, I mean, you got to understand. Like for me, I would think like they know the risks that they're taking to fly to this island, right? If not, they wouldn't go there, right?
True.
But
Yeah.
like you do make a point, like you're gonna fly all the way there and take the risk, and 2 minutes is all you're gonna get, right?
Yeah,
That's
2
it.
minutes. Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Anyway, that's my take. Yeah. Ugh, we're getting down to the grading system.
well, to quote, what was his name? Kirk Lazarus. They
Mhm.
went full retard on this dinosaur, okay?
Full
Because
retard.
they did. Because like honestly, they could have done so much better with this mutated dinosaur. Like even in Jurassic Dominion World, right? I like that mutated dinosaur way better than this one. Like they went kind of, I don't know. Like yeah, D, I completely agree. This is a Rancor, and also if you guys watch Alien Resurrection, look at the face. It looks like the alien that birthed from Alien Resurrection, the face. And so yeah, those are drink guys. But no, like that's what I thought about this. Like they went full retard, and like I'm talking about the dinosaurs, everyone. Chill. The dinosaurs. They went too crazy with the dinosaur on this one, or whatever you want to call this, in terms of the mutation. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to tell everyone, even though they kind of said it in the other movie before this one, right? Dominion kind of covered DNA, right? Like, how much more further and crazy and more Frankenstein can we get with this? And I feel like that's what they went with this. And, hopefully toy sales will do great. But let's wrap it up, you guys. Because I pretty much agree with you guys for the most part on everything else in terms of the end of the movie. Very silly, very slop. I did not like the Zodiac. Obviously, Duncan survives. You can tell because you don't really see him die, So, but my take, it was a big, dumb popcorn movie that I knew already when I walked into the theater that it was going to be big and dumb, just because, you can see it in the trailers how big and dumb it is. You can kind of see it in advertisement, and I was reading a lot of the reviews, also the VV fam. A lot of them was pretty much expressing themselves in Discord, letting me know how they felt about the movie, because I was like, oh, we're gonna go watch Jurassic World. It's horrible. I was like, well, don't tell me anything about it yet, okay? Let me walk into it. And so that I knew already walking into this, I may not like it. But then again, guys, you guys understand, I did not like Jurassic Park 3. I didn't like Jurassic World Lost Kingdom. I mean, come on now, like an organization that tries to save dinosaurs, like endangered species. Stop it. And then you got the last one, which it just fell short for me in terms of execution. And then you got this one now, which is kind of like a standalone movie that apparently is doing a lot of good numbers. 766 million globally. They're going to make a sequel, regardless how we feel about this movie. This movie is making money. And I do know, like, a lot of people overseas really love this franchise. Like, Oz has told me in the UK, this is like a big thing for them. So, and I can imagine elsewhere as well. So, and then myself as well. And that's the one thing that I have to really think about when I look at this is, like, I grew up with this movie being filmed here, right? I grew up with this movie, from the start. I remember watching it, and I try not to compare this movie that we're reviewing right now to the very first original, because nobody's like Spielberg. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is like Spielberg anymore. I mean, there's still some people like him, but to try to reenact what Spielberg did, I don't think it's possible. So they ripped it off instead. So
there's some movies that you shouldn't make movies of after it's already been created.
That's majority of the. Go ahead, Shane.
I will say, I'm a fan of the Evil Dead series, and what this latest film did, if you saw that, was phenomenal. That they took it to a different level. They had it in a completely different setting. It's a different tone and feel for it, and it's still within that universe. That director did something really special with and took it in a different direction. And I think this film tries to do what the original did, and in the Evil Dead sequel, they went in a different direction, and it worked really, really well. If you've seen that, it's fantastic.
It is, and I agree. I really enjoyed the latest Evil Dead movie. But Shade, since you're talking, give us your final take of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie. It's it's got opening credits, it's got actors and end credits. I mean, it's.
You don't say.
It's structured like a movie.
It's structured like a film. There are film-like elements. For me, it's like a 5. Yeah. I honestly wish we would have talked about Kristopher. Have you seen Weapons yet? Right. I wish we would have done this for Weapons. Weapons is a special film.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
It looks great.
If you saw Barbarian, that's his first film, and that was a really amazing first film. This shows that he is a solid director, and he's, I can't wait to see what he does next. I was very impressed with Weapons, but anyway, that's a good film, and this one's a 5.
There you go, Kristopher.
The film was captivating. I really did love the score. Like I said, it was, geared towards the big screen, which, it did take away there. If it doesn't have a popcorn bucket, I don't want it. And because this one does, give it a 5.
There you go. Slider.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going with 5. And I don't know what else I can say. I mean, if you want a good, well, maybe not good. If you want a movie about dinosaurs, then this is the movie, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. That's all I'm going to say. I think the one thing that this movie actually proves is that nostalgia is very powerful. Overall, because how much money this has made already, it just shows that, that nostalgic feel is something that, people will pay for. They want to see it, and that's one of the reasons why I want to see it. It brings me back to the original movie, you know, and just that, and you get glimpses of that. So if you're going into it, you know, with just that in mind, you just want, you know, like a dinosaur movie, and you want that, you know, you love the franchise, then, you know, you'll probably, you know, be okay. But yeah, I would give it just like a 5. And hey, you know, if you get a chance to see it, you know, okay, but you're not going to miss a lot. So that's pretty much what I got.
D.
Maybe 5.5, 6. Maybe be generous. Yeah. If you want a really good dinosaur movie, go watch Jurassic Park, the original. I wish they had more like first of all, like character building, because there are actors that I do want to get to know. And I think for this movie it didn't really get me interested in like Googling like, oh, who are these other guys? What movies have they acted? But I think if they did that a lot more, it would have made my rating a lot higher. As well as like the action scenes were good, but I think they give me more like more. I mean, this is like dinosaurs that they've been playing around with their DNA. You expect them to be like more ferocious, more like tearing people apart. I don't know, maybe it's just the kind of mind I have. But like give me a lot more gory action parts. And I think that would have made the movie even better for me. Or like get rid of like one of the main actors, you know, in the movie that you're not expecting, kind of thing.
Like
So
if they killed Scarlett Johansson like right at like right through the middle act or something, that would have been
Mhm.
interesting right there.
Yeah.
Like in Executive Decision when they took out what's his name with the Kurt Russell when what's his name who's the karate chop guy.
Man, I know what you're talking about. I remember that movie too.
That was like it got cheers in the audience.
That's the airplane movie, right?
Yeah. They have to get onto the plane from underneath
the belly.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was who's that guy's name? He was a big guy in like the 80s.
Yeah,
Slick
the one
black
part,
hair and
the 21K, see 21K, right? Okay, I've got to go Google that. But
I know.
I'm just looking it up now. So basically, we have John Leguizamo. Oh, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, that's right. Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Seagal.
Seagal, the one with the really nice hair that never like gets
very
out of
slick
place.
back. Very slick.
Mark
Don't
for
look
death.
at him now, though. But are you done with your review, D?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
Go watch a movie. Not
done.
this one.
I'm gonna be the opposite here. I give it a solid 6.5. It's a big dumb popcorn movie. You know what you're getting when you're walking into this movie, and if you haven't, go watch the trailer. It pretty much tells you what you're going to receive from this movie. The things I didn't like was no character development. I really think they underused these really great actors. They had Scarlett Johansson as well as the Ali guy, right? Like those two right there. I would love to see them continue on in the franchise because I want to know more about them. And, you know, I'm okay with this being their poo-poo movie, I guess. You know what I mean? This is their starter appetizer movie where we know they exist in the universe. And that's cool. They're in the universe now. Leave the family out of it. No more families in the Jurassic Park film, okay, please? Or Jurassic World film. Now, here's why I'm giving it a 6.5. I enjoyed this movie more than Dominion. I just did not like Dominion at all. I love what they were trying to do with it, but I just didn't like it. And so for me, going back to an island setting, going back to like at least semblance of some type of mystery and suspense. I'm saying it's some. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this being a standalone. I enjoyed it not being like an arc. Maybe it is going to be an arc. Maybe we'll have a rebirth too. We don't know. And I am with Slider. I really feel like the next thing they're going to do is they're going to be experimenting on human beings. I think humans is the next thing. I mean, it only makes sense. They're already experimenting, and they've already done it too. I'm sure there's probably lizard people out there, right? So,
yep.
I think that's the next step here, and they could really play into a lot of the conspiracy theories about lizard people, right? and you know, maybe they already made it back when Jurassic Park was built, right? Maybe there are superhumans out there. They could go down that route. Although very comical in MCU, they could go down that route. But it seems like they're not afraid, because I got to tell you right now, look at that guy. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6.5. I enjoyed it for just being a dumb popcorn movie, and yeah, walked out okay. So that's my review on that, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate everybody for watching right now. If you're watching on the live and the replay, yeah, I think that's pretty much the review, guys. D, close out the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for spending your time and talking about this movie. Anyone that's watching or listening, go watch a movie. It's fun. If you can watch it in IMAX, go and watch it in IMAX or any of the special theaters that you may have near where you live. And if you got popcorn buckets that are cool like Kristopher's, please share it with us. We would love to, see it as well. But yeah, thank you, fellas, for coming on once again and just, talking about a movie that we all watched. Whether it was something that we all enjoyed or disliked some parts, it's good to talk about it with other people. So thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah. And I liked this episode, you guys. I like the fact, and Shane, don't be afraid to actually express your opinion, because that's why we're doing this, right? And it's fun, right? It's fun to joke around, you know what I mean? And I think maybe next time we should play the game. Let's see how many movies they stole from. But guys, this has been awesome. It's been phenomenal. Also, tomorrow, guys, we do have the VV Mod Squad coming on to Aloha Friday, and we got an earlier time slot. We're going to be at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and there's a bunch of people coming on, so I can't wait for this episode, you guys. And that's pretty much it. Slider, as always, thank you, brother, for coming on. I appreciate your time. I know you're in Florida, in the outskirts somewhere. Sorry for saying that. And as well as Kristopher right there being out. They don't know where he is. And then Kristopher being out wherever he's at, as well as Shane, and then my wife. Any final words? Any final words? Yeah, exactly. You're I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. Slider, final words.
Bring alcohol if you go see this movie. It'll definitely make it more enjoyable. No, guys, thank you. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do some more that are like this. I think it really gave a good dynamic, and it was fun. So, thanks.
One thing I did want to say, Kristopher, you're coming to DCon, right?
Sure am. Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you read anything about the Wizard of Oz Inside the Sphere that they've done?
I did.
Okay. Maybe we could do I'd be up for going to see that when we're at DCon and having a little chat about that, like a live show or something. That could be fun. Right after the show, talk about it. Do you know anything about that, Dean Hinano?
No, but I've never been to any show in Vegas, and I would love to take you.
Yeah.
The Sphere, you said?
So basically, I know we're already an hour and a half. Just real quick, what they did is they went in and they scanned, because obviously when the Wizard of Oz came out, it was a 4:3 square ratio. What they did is they went in and they scanned every single film frame, and they did use AI. They acknowledge that, but to fill in, to make it stretch around the inside of the sphere. So when you're sitting in the sphere, it wraps around. And so you feel like you're immersed in it. And they were showing some of the behind the scenes, like when the tornado happens, they brought in these giant wind blowers that are going to blow upward. And there's particles it's supposed to feel like you're in the tornado.
Wow,
so it looks very immersive and really, it could be an experience. Something to think about.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Don't mind the cars, Filipinos. Real quick, also, just before we go, and I'm going to get to you, Kristopher, but we did talk about reviewing this TV show, Chief of War. Now, this has been, to me, one of the most accurate depictions of Hawaii. And Momoa is actually playing a descendant of mine. So, very good movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. I've actually really enjoyed it for the characters and the portrayal of the characters. And I got to say, Apple TV Plus has done a really good job at trying to reenact Hawaii, at least traditional Hawaii, in a sense, in the very old days. And how I know this is I've got a bunch of family that likes this. And they would tell me, they would be Shane right now saying, this is not the right depiction. So far, everyone has said that this is a really good depiction of old Hawaii. And so this is something that I did bring up to the crew. If you want to catch this, if Kristopher and Slider, if you guys have watched this, we would love for you guys to join in on this as well. Very good series if you haven't seen it yet.
Yep.
Definitely. It's on my
Yeah,
list
sounds
to
good.
watch this
I
weekend.
haven't seen it. I have not seen it, but I definitely will check it out.
My goddaughter is in a bunch of scenes, and I'm not going to dox her, but she's in it.
Nice. I've been very impressed with the level of quality of stuff on Apple Plus. It's one of the subscriptions I'm happy to pay for. Obviously, Severance, what this show is named after. What's the one with the therapists and Harrison Ford?
What is it called? Shrinking.
Shrinking is fantastic. And then of course Ted. Ted Lasso is amazing.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, there's so many great shows on Apple Plus.
For All Mankind, have you seen that?
Oh, For All Mankind.
Yeah, I started watching that one. I haven't got fully into it, but Silo, I watched the first 2 seasons. Silo is fantastic. So there's just a plug for Apple Plus. They're doing really, really great stuff.
Yeah.
What's that airplane one when they're back in the war? There's a bunch of big
Masters
actors.
of War.
Masters of War. That was a good one.
Oh,
yeah.
That was the one with the B-52 bombers, and then there's the one. What's the one with interdimensional travel in the box?
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, Dark Matter. That is phenomenal.
Yeah. That is awesome.
I would love to review that.
2.
Like that blew me away, especially the ending, right?
Yeah. Talented actors playing multiple of themselves. Really, really, really well.
A mind trip.
Yeah.
But Kristopher, final words.
Sure. And to kind of roll off that, Apple is killing it with F1. There's been an outcry.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, they wanted it back in IMAX. So it's actually coming back to IMAX, I think, next week, starting next week.
Nice.
So they're about to do another influx of that. So that's really great to see movies coming back that were actually released not that long ago. People don't want to stream them.
Yeah.
If it's meant for the big screen, they want to see it on the big screen. And that's just a tell that, that's a sign that everybody likes that. So it's good to see that. I want to thank you guys for having me on. It's been great. I do love these. We need to keep these up, keep these current, especially, since this movie released until now, I've seen about 50 movies. So I kind of had to go back and be like, okay, what was this scene? Okay. But we need to definitely keep up on this. And Shane, I want to look into seeing that Wizard of Oz in the Sphere. And that'd be a neat experience for all of us. So
nice.
Thank you.
I think we got to add them into the DM already, Shane. I think they need to be a part of the Severed Floor crew. So we're going to add you guys into our Severed Floor DM because I'm just going to say right now, you guys have been inducted into the crew. So let's go.
Let's go.
D, final words, and then we're going to get out of here.
I did. We can do Shane.
Shane.
Oh yeah, my final words are I mean, even as much as we had some fun talking about things that we found humorous in this film, I agree with Kristopher 100%. And I think D, you said this as well. No matter what, get out to the theater and go see films and support going to the theater. It's a social experience that when done right, it can be transformative. There have been many, many times that I've seen a film and I still remember it decades later. I saw Saving Private Ryan, and it was a packed house, not a single seat open. Even those terrible seats in the front where your head's sticking straight up, every single seat was filled. And that opening scene when they're coming out of the boats, you could have heard a pin drop in that theater. And that, I still feel that today. And what was that? Almost 20 years ago. So get out to the movies, even if, they're not always going to be 100%, but support cinema.
Can I add something? Because you brought up a memory, and 100% what Shane said about supporting the cinema, but how you talked about when you saw Saving Private Ryan, I remember watching Black Hawk Down for the first time in the theater. Now, during that time, I used to play paintball. I was actually a certified paintball ref. So we had a tournament that day. So we were already in the mode, right? And we were actually playing woods. So there's speedball and there's woods. Woods is basically you hide and you hunt, versus speedball is more of like fast action and you shoot people and capture the flag kind of thing. So we played woods, and we were so pumped because we won that day, and we went to Black Hawk Down, and it reminded us of woods, but in the desert, and like it was such a great movie. If you guys have seen Black Hawk Down, it's like still one of my favorite movies out there that depicted from like real life and it dealt with war and all that. I really enjoy that movie so much. Actors in that movie, but I remember watching that for the first time and just feeling the emotion, feeling the bullets pass by, and also having that adrenaline rush because we played paintball 1 hour prior to watching that movie. So we were already kind of jazzed up and our adrenaline was pumping. And yeah, it was just such a great experience. The popcorn, I still remember eating that buttery popcorn while I was watching the movie. It was like, oh my gosh, you got shot, right? But that's what movies do, right? They really bring that out of you. So yeah, 1,000% what Shane said. Go and watch the movie, you guys. Any movie, enjoy it. And if any of you watching right now in the back of the room want to join the Severed Floor for review, either in the comments or on stage, feel free to reach out. We'd love to have you. And guys, that's it. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for Aloha Friday. Awesome panel to our guests here. We appreciate all you guys for coming in and giving us your time, and we'll catch everyone later. Take care.
Bye.
Right.